I ain't gonna lie, I just did 3 miles. I'm kind of tired, y'all. But what's up, y'all? I just wanted to, y'all be sitting here talking to myself and stuff. So I was like, let me go on live and talk to the people. Let me talk to y'all. Because oftentimes we be asking for so much stuff, but we haven't even prepared for what we asking for, and like a lot of people be praying for that relationship, that husband, that kingdom spouse, but are you prepared for what you asking for? Are you really prepared for everything that comes with it? So ask yourself that. And I'm not about to stay on here long because I want to get into reading. One thing I don't like is when people mess up my pages of my Bible. Like, do not crumble up my pages. Cause I gotta get to read it and stuff, y'all. But prepare for what you asking for. Like, if you know that you want something, make sure that you're preparing for it, making sure you're doing the due diligence. If you saying you want, to reach a certain level of success, what are you doing to prepare yourself for that? Are you getting the knowledge that you need? Are you taking the courses that you need? Are you changing the habits that you need to change to fully show up every day consistently for that position that you're looking for? The marriage, the relationship that you're saying you want. You say you want this man. Are you preparing yourself to show up every day for that position, for your spouse, for your dream husband or your dream wife? Are you putting yourself in position as a man? Are you putting yourself in position so that you could properly provide and protect for your family and lead your family? Are you getting knowledge and wisdom from others? Are you learning? Are you reading? Are you getting better with your finances so that when you making the money, you know how to manage the money? Like, we really have to prepare for what we asking for, So, because I just came out from walking and I got on the scale, whatever. I was like, oh, I'm coming down. Like, I'm getting back in shape. I said, I'm finally back at, where I was pre baby weight. And I know I like this size because I know my dude was able to pick me up. Like, what I like from my man is like, on the like fun type time. Like, I want to be prepared for that. I want to get fit for, even though I be against like dating, but I know it's in my future. I know I might end up, meeting my person. I'm not trying to meet nobody right now, but within like 5 years, I say about 35, I might be ready to date by then. So during these years, I want to really get my mind right. I want to really be healing from things of my past relationships. I want to be changing the way that I talk to my man when angry, so that the one that God really sends to me, especially if God is sending this person, God don't want to send this person to you and then you think that you can just hurt them and belittle them as soon as you get mad. You can say all these wild things to them just because you mad out of anger. He wants you to learn how to properly talk to your person when you're angry, when you're upset. And I know that's something that I have to work on. So that's why in this season, I'm learning. I even see it within like the comments when people, because normally I get triggered when people say stuff about God being real, whatever. That used to trigger me, but I now handle it with grace with the guys that was in the comments yesterday talking they mess about God. And I realized I'm really changing. Like, instead of feeling like I want to zap at you and call you all type of this, that, and that like I would do, now I'm like, I handle it with more grace. So I know that if God is going to send somebody in my life, if he's preparing me for a husband one day, or if he's preparing me for that, I need to know how to properly talk to my man. Like, I wasn't taught how to properly talk to men from very early on because I didn't see my mama talk to men with that type of respect. If she mad at you, she gonna call you all type of this and that. So I in turn thought that that's how you talk to them. My daddy ain't teach me how to talk to a man. My brother ain't teach me how to talk to a man. So I don't know how to do those things. So in this season, through me getting this relationship with God, he's teaching me the nature of a man. He's teaching me the things about a man. He's teaching me how to talk to them. He's teaching me a lot of stuff about that. So it's like you have to prepare yourself. You need to learn how to talk when angry. And it don't even matter if it's just to your man, it's to anybody. Learning how to tactfully get your point across, be firm, be assertive, but yet respectful. All that, rah, 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 this, that, and that, like, so it's really levels to it. So, and even if it comes to finances, if you say you want to be rich and you want to be successful, okay, what steps are you taking? Are you learning how to manage your money during this season? And this is why I think this is why I know it's important to have an isolation season, for you to have that time to work on you, to get to know your flaws, know your weaknesses, your strengths, so you can do a real analysis of yourself to see what you need to work on, because we're not perfect as man or as woman. We're not perfect. And a lot of times women, we be wanting to act like it's just the men, but no, we play a part into the demise of our relationships too, because sometimes it's things that we doing that they just can't get with either. Just like talking to your man crazy, or belittling him, emasculating him. So it's things that you need to work on during your isolation season to prepare you for what you're asking for. Woo! Sorry, y'all. I'm thirsty, and that Fiji gonna hit every time. They need to sponsor me, baby. Sponsor me. That's the only sponsorship I'm really looking for, is Fiji. Period. But yeah, really prepare yourself for what you're asking for. Are you doing the deep inner work that you need to do on yourself to prepare you for the next chapter of your life? Are you taking courses? Are you learning? Are you getting that knowledge? Are you practicing money management? If you say you want to get to a 6-figure career, or even like the girls who be like, you want a man that makes 6 figures. Okay, as his helpmate, if you get that, if God bless you with that man with 6 figures, how are you gonna help him manage and maintain what he has and invest and triple what he has? Because as his helpmate, that's your responsibility. That's your responsibility to pick up where he lacking. So his job might be out to provide and go out and get all the money and bring it home. Okay, but once he bring it home, what are you doing to make sure that you guys can maintain that and quadruple that? Are you taking courses and watching videos and taking lessons and going to seminars to learn money management, to learn investing? Or what are you doing to help be of service to him? And vice versa, however way it go, because sometimes, the women might go out, excuse me, she might go out and be the breadwinner, and she might go out and get all the money and bring it back home. But it's like, okay, you as the man, what are you sitting at home doing? You can't just be sitting at home trying to be a house husband, not doing nothing. You could be at home, be a house husband, staying with the kids while she out here getting the money. But you need to be in here watching some investing videos. You need to be in here watching ways to manage the money. So that way that you can preserve what you have and duplicate it again. Like, without her having to worry about all of that, because she out there figuring out how to make the money, or he out there figuring out how to make the money. So if he's doing that, what are you doing at home on the back end? Like, it's supposed to be equal give and take, and that's within anything. And you have to put yourself in position to be ready to receive what you asking for. Because a man who you asking for a man with 6 figures and all of that, okay, he's gonna have certain requirements that he need of you. So are you ready to do the things that he need of you? Like, and vice versa, the same with us. It's truly about preparing and putting yourself in position, doing the hard work, doing what's not easy. Because it's not easy to sit there and do what people may seem boring. It's not easy just to give up your habits and all of that. Like, I know when I first started trying to learn all of this stuff, because I told y'all, I really was big on trying to get rich, and I still am. So what I do in my spare time, I'm watching those videos. I'm learning about taxes. I'm learning about all of that stuff. I'm reading the books. I'm doing all the dirty work. Even, within my purpose, like, I'm learning this stuff. I'm focused on my purpose. And even with that, that's why in your isolation season, you need to allow God to reveal who you are, work on you. So that way, when you meet your person, you're in your purpose, you have something you're working on, so you get fulfillment. Because sometimes, we'll get into relationships and then we still feel unfulfilled because your soul is hungry. Your soul is here on a mission, and it ain't just to be a wife. It ain't just to be a husband. It ain't just to be a mom. It ain't just to be a dad. It ain't just to be this. Your soul is hungry for something. Until it gets fed with the nourishment, the food that it's looking for, the nutrients that it's looking for, it's never going to feel fulfilled. So this is why it's really important to find your purpose, to find why your soul was called into human form. It's important to do that during your isolation season, during your season of singleness, during your season where you feel like everybody done left you and you're in this wilderness season. It's very important to be doing that work on finding who you are. So that way, when you do come into contact with, your kingdom spouse, your kingdom, whoever it is that you want to get with, it's important that God has assigned for you, for that particular season. It's important to come in already working on what you're supposed to. That way you don't feel like, this person's all so busy, but you don't have nothing to work on. You feel like they leaving you out to dry. You have to have something that you're diligently working on and towards, even if it's just in a mental space. You working on how to handle your emotions better. So that way when you get with this person, you're not draining them. Nobody wants to nobody likes energy vampires around them where you're just sucking them dry. You're sucking them dry. You're pouring all your problems, all your emotions, all your baggage of the past on them. No, this is why in your isolation season, prepare for how to properly show up. Yes, you might not always be in a great mental space to be this happy, cheery person all the time, but you don't have to be this sad, depressed person all the time, because that's going to take effect on your partner. That's going to take effect on your kids. That's going to take effect on your career. So you have to constantly work on your mind, body, and soul. It's very important to work on all those things. You can't leave not one untouched. You got to work on your mind. The way I work on my mind is stimulating it, learning, getting more knowledge, reading books, going to conferences, seminars. Even if I can't physically go to a seminar because I ain't got the money to go to one, I'm going to watch YouTube videos. I'm going to watch investing videos. I'm going to watch the people who are in the lane of where I'm trying to go to. Yeah, they might not be doing exactly what I want, but I'm going to be able to get some type of insight from them because they're already there. So I'll watch, and it don't even matter what color you are, whatever. I'm going to watch. If you have the knowledge that I need, best believe I'm going to be a student to you. So that's how I work on my mind. Now I'm in the position where I'm working on my physical body, how I look, how I show up. Because if I do decide that I'm ready to start dating again, I want to be in position and I want to get with somebody who, of course, people should accept you for who you are if they really love you or whatever. But I do want to be fit. I don't want to be looking a mess and all of that. I want you to be proud of who you're with. I want you to be, proud of having me as your woman by your side, if that's the case or whatnot. Right. And I know what I want from my man. If I get into a relationship and when it's time to have fun, I want you to be able to pick me up. So yeah, I'm trying to get fit. So my man, because my dream partner, yeah, you gonna be with that. You gonna be picking me up. We gonna be on our baby boy around the house. It's like, no, but for real. So it's like, yeah, let me get back in shape. I'm like, I had to get back in shape because even when I was with my ex, I'm like, I used to love that with him. He picked me up and all that stuff. Like, I like that. Like, I really like if you could pick me up, that really turned me on. So when I got all big, I was like, dang, like, it's harder for you to pick me up now. So I'm like, man, I need to get this weight off me because I want us to be able to do stuff. I want to be healthy anyways because I don't want my toxic ways of my eating habits and all of that to take effect on my health. And now it's still affecting you. We can control a lot of the things just based off what we simply put in our bodies, just simply off our daily habits of what we're doing. We can change a lot of that stuff. We don't have to be sick and having high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all of this stuff if we take the action to do what we need to do so that we don't put in a position where we're in a deficit and taking these losses, being sick, and now you taking effect on a family because you can't work no more, you can't do this because your health is bad, all of that. He must be out there at the gate. But yeah, y'all, like we really have to do the work on your soul, get, mind, body, and soul is what I'm all about. And that's what you need to be doing in your preparation season because God is not going to send in those blessings that you're asking for if he see you're not ready for, if he see you're not taking the steps every day to put yourself in position to really handle the blessing when it come in. He's not going to bless it for you. He's going to keep you wandering in the wilderness season until he see that you're really ready to make change. And this is why oftentimes, and I got a video, I don't know what time is it, because that video about the post about the wilderness season, at 12 o'clock, I'm supposed to post. But he gonna keep you wandering and wandering until you learn certain lessons. Like, Dang, nothing is charged. Everything is dying. And this phone about to die. What's going on for real? Hold on. Everything is about to die. I ain't charged nothing up last night. Hold on. I ain't charged nothing. So I missed it. Because that other video about the post, but he will keep you, okay, it's going to post it as well. He gonna keep you going back and forth in the wilderness until you learn certain lessons. This is why it's important to learn the lesson. Learn the lesson that he's trying to teach you, because it's for your betterment. It's for you to prepare for what you're asking for. Literally, you can't think you're gonna get something and not have to give up nothing. All that rah-rah stuff that some of us do, you gotta be willing to give up that if you want a peaceful relationship. Your man ain't gonna be wanting to hear all that rah-rah you talking all the time. And same for women, because there's some nagging men out here. And it's some nagging men. She don't want to hear all that nagging you doing either. She wants you to show up and show out. She don't want no manipulator, nobody who just talk all this talk but never about that action. You need to be making sure you about that action. You handling your business. You learning what you need to learn as well. Like it truly takes everybody to do that true dirty hard work. Like, it's hard. It's not the easiest thing to do when you trying to grow, but if you really want to grow and evolve, you're going to learn that it's a lot of stuff that you have to change about your own self. It's a lot of ways that a lot of toxic behaviors and patterns that you're going to have to change to really get what you want and to sustain it once you get it. Because yeah, you can get the blessing, you can get the dream spouse, you can get the dream job, you can get the dream house, you can get all of these dream things that you think of, but once you get it, it's easy to get something, but it's harder to keep it. Just like many people can get a man or get a woman, but can you keep her? You know, just like it goes both ways, because men think, okay, I love bombed her, I got her right where I want to be. Now you got to keep her. You thinking love bombing her doing it. Now she's expecting that stuff. So you think you could do that in the beginning of the relationship and you could just stop, and now you think she's still gonna be into you the same because you didn't stop doing everything you was doing in the beginning. And the same for them. You know, we get with them, we putting it on them in the beginning, we doing all of this in the beginning, and then we stop. Now we don't want to have no more. You know, we don't want to be doing all of that constantly. And now they looking like, okay, the excitement is leaving. And of course, the excitement not gonna always be there. But I just feel like, truthfully, when it comes to that relationship type stuff, you're supposed to keep each other on each other's toes. Like, you supposed to keep them wondering what's next, like, what's next? Because we're humans. I think we naturally just like a thrill anyway. So I think it's definitely important to keep people on their toes. Like, the same way you got them is the same way you're gonna have to keep them. You got him doing all them tricks and all that. You think he gonna want you to stop doing all them tricks later? You think he gonna, no, you're gonna have to keep doing that stuff. Same way, and I had to tell my ex that, like, you love bomb me and all of that stuff in the beginning. You showered me with all of this stuff. Then you wanna start decreasing it, and then you wondering why I'm looking at you like, okay, where's all of that stuff? Like, you did it to will me in, now you wanna stop. No, and do you think it's gonna be longevity? That's why if you praying for this, you gotta make sure you putting yourself in position to keep what you get once you receive it. You don't wanna just get the blessing and lose it and fumble the bag. You don't wanna fumble it. You wanna have all the tools that it takes to constantly show up and show out every day to maintain the blessing that you have. You want longevity. You want just no quick stuff. You want longevity in whatever it is. So that's why I'm really doing like so much work on myself, because I'm like, if they do get to that point, because I always say, you know, I be saying I don't want to date and stuff, but sometimes I do be seeing some, like, I meet some nice people, I ain't gonna lie, but I just know I'm not really ready for that. But I know within like 5 years, I will be ready. So it's like, I want to be prepared for that. I want to know how to talk to my person. I don't want to, when I get mad, because I know that's my issue. I'm nice and all that on a regular day and all of that, But it's when I get mad. It's how I handle you when I get mad at you. Now, when I get mad, I'm not going to be calling you out your name and all of that. So I know that's what God is working on me with during this season. If you want that, you know, and before I bless you, because if he bless you with the person that you've always been praying for and asking for, he don't want to send you that blessing. You treat his son or his daughter, you treat them any kind of way after he didn't bless them with you. Now you hurting his precious son or his precious daughter. No. Like, and that's why I say we as women, we take, you know, we have to take accountability too, because we be asking for the great man, but God not gonna send you one of his top sons, one of his best, and then you gonna be treating him any kind of way. You gonna be hitting him, beating him up with your words, emasculating him when you get mad and all of that. No, we gotta know how to talk to our men, and a lot of us, we a little loose out the lips. I definitely know I am. So I know I'm learning to just, some stuff ain't worth it. And even if I do say it, I don't have to be so aggressive with it. Just talk nicely. You know, you don't have to be rah rah, like you don't have to be all like that. So I'm learning that. I'm working on that. Working on mind, body, and soul. And that's what everybody needs to be doing. Like, get the information, get the help. I know Bishop R.C. Blake, if y'all don't know him, y'all definitely need to watch him. He has so much wisdom for women, you know, when it comes to, because he's a pastor, he's a husband, like, you know, so he really is good. So he's like a father, uncle to all of us that got daddy issues, don't have no daddy, never had a man tell you how to treat a man. So he's really good for that, you know. And then get your knowledge from, you know, about finances. Like a lot of us struggle with finances because we never was taught about money, especially us as Black people. We ain't taught about money. This is why we constantly in the same rat race, in the same cycles, keep getting money, fumbling it. Now we crying out to God again for him to come save us one more time with the money. Because every time we get the money, he blesses us with some money. We do the same stupid stuff. We go spend it on TVs and BS that don't matter. We trying to go dress our bodies up with stuff that don't matter. We're not learning what to really do with our money. We're not watching the content and the videos and reading the books to teach us how to manage money and invest the money. We're not learning those things. And that's what we need to be doing in your season of singleness, in your season of isolation. That's what you need to be doing, man or woman. So that's my little chat for today. I got another video about to post soon for y'all. You know, just other things that, you know, God has taught me during my wilderness season. Like, it's truly important to be accountable and have self-awareness, because when you have self-awareness, it allows you to go deep within and you realize, like, okay, I am flawed and it is things that I need to work on. It wasn't just the other person. Like, it wasn't just them. It was me too. So when you learn that, you be like, okay, I got to work on this. God, help me with this. That's when you be like, God, I need you to help me. Help me with this tongue. I know they talk about controlling that tongue in the book. Help me with this, because you know, once I get to going, I can really hit with my words. Like, and I know that's been my issue for sure. It's like, you nice when you nice. That's why they'll be like, hey, you so, that's not you for real. They be like, that's not you for real. You don't talk like, you're not mean like that. So I never even knew you could get mean like that. It's because that really ain't me. But that other side will come out when I feel like I'm being played with, disrespected. But it's still a way in which you talk to a person, especially if you're supposed to love them and care about them. You don't just beat them up with your words. You know, that's not cool. But I often realize too, a lot of times we didn't heard that growing up. I know for me, like, that's how I know how to say a lot of the explicit stuff I say, is because I didn't heard it from, you know, but it doesn't make it okay. And just because you heard it from your parents, you might have heard what they said about each other, it doesn't make it okay for you to do it. So it's just a lot of work that we be having to do, but prepare during this season, whatever season it is you in, do the dirty work, get more knowledge, implement the knowledge you learned, because that's what produces wisdom. It's one thing to get knowledge and it's another thing to have wisdom. Okay? Because as long as you keep learning stuff and never implement it, you're not learning from your experiences. You're just keep on making the same mistakes and expecting a different result. That's never going to produce growth. That's never going to produce change, good change. It's going to keep you stagnant, and that's not what you want. So when you know better, you do better. You implement. When you see things that you know ain't really for you, see red flags, you're not even going to entertain certain stuff because you know that's not for you. You know better now. You're not going to keep making those same mistakes. When you have learned stuff from previous relationships, from previous habits with your money and whatever it is, if you know that you did that before and how that turned out, when you see it again, you gotta be vigilant and pay attention and be like, okay, I see how that worked out for me before. I'm not gonna do that again. That's what wisdom is, learning from your mistakes. It's learning from your mistakes. So, yeah, I'm about to start reading because I still got to finish reading Jubilee. So, I'll see y'all in another video. But prepare. Do what God is telling you to do in this season to prepare for that next level and that blessing that you've been praying and crying on your knees for. Do the work. All right? Mwah. Love you guys. Have a great, blessed day. Deuces.